Good morning from New York. Today's presentation isn't titled roughly speaking. Applied Mythology, Dancing and the Illusion of the Inner Self for Spiritual Health and Growth. Put that in there. There we go. Oh boy, that's a subject, isn't it? Okay. How do you apply mythology, right? Well, actually, be helpful to study what Joseph Campbell had to say about the subject. He was a mythologist. I believe he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But a great mind. Mythology, when you go inside and you're imagining, uh, playing within your imagination, that's where you find what you might call your inner self. Okay. But in a real sense, you're just, you're a piece and a part of a flow of space-time that that is predestined. So, but we can't behave in that illusory view of time. To function, we have to use a kind of mythology. It's a kind of dance which we can, improve the enjoyment of and aim for better days. But that aiming was already predestined. So there was an argument with between the Greeks and the Apostle Paul, where they're going, well, come on, because he was obviously talking about a predestination point of view, that they're the good and they're going to heaven, and the bad and they're going to place. So the Greeks, they're always questioning. So they said, well, how does that stack up? If everything's predestined, then why the big hullabaloo about trying to be saved and all that, you know, and how's that even fair? And the people who just they just go into the bad place no matter what they do, right? Something like that. Yeah. So the Apostle Paul said, "Well, how can the clay say to the maker, 'Why did you make me this way?'" A pretty lame answer, if you ask me. But yeah, how come some of us have certain facilities and some don't? And why? Um, why even try? Well, have a new view of illusion. You know, your sense of the past, present, and future be a bit illusory. Really, and oh, you're crazy. What do you mean? I know what's in the past, in the future. Do you really? As soon as you think about the past, it took time for you to compute that, for your brain to give you this message about the past. So you're living in the past already. Brain is the present. Our awareness of what's going on is in the past. We're lost, aren't we? And we look forward to that which is to happen in the future. Really? Is it predestined? More than likely. But you can't function in that realm of perfection. You'd freeze up. So we have a little dance that we call consciousness. And it's a kind of Michio Kaku's surmise is a kind of feedback loop of some kind. And we participate in that feedback. And it's there we have these various perspectives. It's the inner self an illusion. It's a very useful one. But yes, in a sense it is. You have many different perspectives. Go to the split brain computation. Check that out. You can have two distinct personalities involved. Some say, but I don't get their argument. And yeah, so there are a lot of different perspectives in you, and you put them together. The course of your evolution is putting together these different perspectives. The idea of positive change is necessarily involving play with these perspectives and these illusory concepts such as an inner child or inner mind. What's inner and what's outer. Um, well, your body is the most distinctive thing, might be called inner, but it's really a conglomeration of inner and outer reactions. If you were to go into a place where there was not enough air pressure, you'd be in a mess. You would just expand, right? And that could be a problem. If you go into where there's too much pressure, you got to keep those pressures right. So you live in a certain space. That's how what you think you are goes on existing. And so This is a mythology that you have an inner self, a dramatic person moving through time. But it's a useful, and from a perspective higher than this, imagining outside of imagined timeline experience. Imagining that puts you outside of your concept of time. So when the trumpet of the Lord will sound and time will be no more, it's already here. The yogi said, it's already here. Be here now, said a lot of hippies in the past. What is now? Now is a point of interaction with inner and outer kinds of forces. Like inner what? The question. Well, it's your body, your brain. So what about your perspectives? What's that inside? Like, well, it's inside your brain. But also inside your imagination. If you walk around with a really bad imagination of things, it's not healthy. And it doesn't help you grow spiritually, evolve might be a better term. It gets in the way. So maybe it's your destiny to get those things out of the way. So there's a useful mythology is something that inspires you, that gives you vision, and keeps you going in life. That's an extremely important thing. So that's where you should be involved in life. You should be involved as much as you can. That's your comfort zone, but how much involvement you have and how many perspectives you can embrace. And who knows, there's probably a semi-finite limit to that. Is the world itself an illusion? We may never know. But the illusion is real for us. We experience the illusion. We experience the mythology if it's the truth. The objective mystic handles mystery in this way, understanding that all views, in some sense, mythological in a way. Our attempt to understand as a human being living is, well, you wanted to have a better time of it? Yeah, you do. And do reflective people who may talk to themselves or look within themselves, imagine their imagining. Might they have a richer life? Yes, I believe they do. Do they contribute more to society? Oftentimes, yes. Unless that society is too lacking in reflection. So, be reflective, and have a good time. Step outside of your imagined timeline trauma and appreciate the ride, appreciate uh, the movie. The movie is something that you're also inside of. And from inside that, you can communicate part of you that imagines what you imagine. Your inner artist. So there's all of this philosophy, which I talk about with the use of empathy, forms of empathy, which, as I pointed out before, is basis for true virtues. These forms of empathy and the other forms of awareness, these reflective mythologies, are extremely useful and enriching. Makes your life richer, more enjoyable, and helps you be more buoyant in difficult times. Well, can it save us all from Alzheimer's? Death? Well, there's no evidence for that, but we might stave off all Alzheimer's or the decay of our brain if we treat it well. But treating it well is a use of a kind of a feedback loop between ourselves and our experience, body, our health. Does it stop there? Is it all right there? No, we are part of something bigger, a part of. And that means we have to be involved in social affairs and try to be the hero of love in the movie that is our life. And as we evolve, our political views and other things will evolve along with it. It's a really terrible position to be in, to take a punishing attitude toward others or yourself. That doesn't work. Pointed out before that spiritual growth means moving from symbolic comforts created because of helplessness around real needs and feeling that good comfort and circumstances should have been there, should have been a comfort. It's unlearning that helplessness, realizing that the needs and circumstances that you require, that these are losses, grieving them, letting them go, moving on to a greater ability to forgive, and then a greater need for remorse for the harm that you've done to others and their love flow. Will we ever be perfect? But we can be better. And we can help each other be better, and that's the point. If you're the hero in the movie of your life, not just within your imagination, then you have a fuller life. How do you promote the love flow, these applied mythology, to what goes on in your life, say politically? Well, it means that you're getting in touch with your real needs and the real needs of others, and you're caring about those people and yourself and your world. And you're having a feedback loop going on, which is that feedback loop is a kind of dance. and dancing is fun. So, this may seem very mysterious. Well, it is. Life is like that. But you can move forward. You can have fun in this illusory experience if you're more reflective. If you approach things in a way that increases virtue and love flow and trying to be the hero and by movie of your life, the hero of love. Well, that's a great goal. That makes the whole drama fun. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It means that you're trying, and that effort, that struggle is very heroic, and it's really natural. And you're just a step away. In fact, you were destined. If you've been watching this, you've been destined to follow in the path of the objective mystic, the power of reflection, imagination is yours. So you can heal from by unlearning helplessness and increase and grow at the same time. You unlearn your helplessness, you embrace your abilities, and you expand your ability. And have a good time. The yogis say everything comes from bliss, everything returns to bliss. Well, yeah, moving in and out of time, in and out of perspective of time. You gain this, you return this. And after the bliss, that's a question mark. Something that helps us dance in the wonder of life, being alive. Well, you were meant to listen. Perhaps some of you were meant to subscribe to the channel. And those who subscribe may eventually be invited to Zoom meetings that will replace just one talking head. There are many great minds out there to learn from. Always talking about them. The fellow who does switch to Linux, what a brave, bright young. He's all about protecting your privacy, putting you in charge, creating a system that you paid for. Yeah. There are many interesting perspectives to explore, and we hope to explore them on this channel. And it is political. Yes, it is. Because politics is how we cope with life and how we try to improve societies. And it depends on democracy. We have to defend it. Part of the joy. A good reading of the Bhagavad Gita might give some clues. Here is a mystic, Arjuna, who's in a fight. He's fighting for virtue. Greater. than what the opposing side was offering. You know, when you're pulled into war, have to you have to dance with it. And those who are fighting on the right side of things, definitely heroes. So, to the veterans out there, bless you. You're heroes of the love flow. Fought for democracy, freedom, freedom. Beautiful, beautiful thing. And an illusion. It's yeah, and the Star Talk. That channel too. Switch to Linux, Star Talk. Beautiful. Robert Reich, what he has to say about the economy is brilliant. You know, the more you reflect, the more you consider new ideas, the more you grow spiritually. This channel is about increasing empathy and awareness in all fields, and even in the inner mind communication experience within your imagination, within how you experience things subjectively. That subjectivity is fed by things that are more objective, can be. And that's part of how you grow spiritually. Objective empathy. That you also grow spiritually with embracing new ideas, new ways of looking at things. That's creative empathy. And you grow from compassionate empathy, realizing that to your family, that you are part of a family, and that your family is actually all of life, and definitely all human beings. And those who try to be tribalistic and pull away from that concept are against the democracy and against the love flow. So, a prime example of someone being against the love flow is poor, morally weak. He's a weakling trying to pretend he's strong. Keeps him from feeling his helplessness and unlearning it and growing and being a better person. More a hero. Better person, I don't mean that. Someone who's more the hero. And it's all a matter of degree. But someone who's weak morally and collectively doesn't need to be president of the free world, democracy, and a democratic nation. And there are others in other nations. And this message isn't just for the United States, it's for every nation. You know, you got to get rid of your Trumps. You know, your people who want to, who are power mongering, greedy. You gotta fight against that, you know. And if you do, you're a progressive person. You're for progress for humanity, which will extend the lifespan of the species. And that's important. So it makes you feel good to be part of something bigger. Well, you are. And a very important part. The individual growing is a catalyst, a wider society to grow. As society grows and progresses, it helps individuals to grow and to progress. There's a feedback loop, very political. So make your best choices. And in my humble opinion, that has to be Joe Biden. The choice between Trump and Joe couldn't be more clear. Which one is the greater defender of democracy and virtue? Please, that's Joe. Humble Joe. Humble, let's get together and figure this out, Joe. Somebody who talks like that is your real friend. They're the one who sees you, knows you. There's one fellow crying in the casket of President Roosevelt, FDR. They asked him, "Why are you crying? Did you know him?" And he said, "No, but he knew me." Yeah, who knows you? Joe does. Joe knows you. Vote for Joe here in the United States and vote for people like him wherever country you're in. Coming together and finding common ground, that's how we avoid war. That's how we have a comfort zone that we can expand, progress. You were destined to hear them. You listened, you were destined to do so. It is your destiny to grow spiritually. Come involved. Subscribe to the channel. One day you may be part of the channel in terms of being in a Zoom, which we discuss these things. Never underestimate genius that lives in you. Everybody's, I'm a dummy in some way. Well, rather bright in some others, and we're all that way. One better than another? No. We're all opportunities to help each other, aren't we? How well we do that, progressive society. So at the end of what I have to say, I always like to give a blessing because it feels good. Be an objective mystic, you know. You do good because it feels good, because you want to. How good is someone who's only good because they're afraid not to be? Yeah, that's not the love philosophy there. Punishment is trying to make people good through fear and harm. Jeez. We need to grow out of that. We need to love each other. So I would like to sing my Irish blessing to you again, as I always do, and or toward the end of the presentation. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hand, or her hand, or its hand, however you want. Source of all love flow. What is that? Absolute reality? Yeah, possibly. As I like to say at the end, I like to mention the word namaste, because it's a way of honoring that love flow in all of us, giver and the receiver. Love exists in everyone. This opportunity to grow. This inner worth and dignity to be respected. That part of us that realizes we're part, only a part of a huge fabric of reality, which is a wonderment and a joy to unravel and try to understand. To unravel and try to understand. Isn't that important? And that's what scientists do. Following love. Seeing love as the salvation and the embrace of the greater reality. That doesn't require an organized religion telling you what to believe. It doesn't involve those parts of religion that would punish you into being good, frighten you into being good. Well, you can get dunked into the water, or you can go and burn forever. Really believe that happens? But you can be a part of the love flow or not. And that's what you should do. Make a great day. And namaste.